Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from the idiocies of identity politics from both the magazine morons and the oversensitive social justice warriors. You are all the same in the eyes of the wicked, and we see
And
you.
stay
Here
cheesy.
we go.
Welcome to Useless Agent, your safe space from the idiocies of identity politics from both the magazine morons and the oversensitive social justice warriors.
Do it live! I can all write it and we'll do it live! Thing sucks! And thing sucks!
All right. I actually did get my token, but for some reason it didn't show it. So yeah, that means I probably have too many fucking pages up. That usually happens. All right. So how's it going, everybody? Another day. It is Saturday, the 2nd of August, and so yeah, I never got around to. I did a like a private video on YouTube, but I never did a video on Superman. And to me, it was hilarious about what little controversies the right could possibly try to yank right out of their asses from the movie. In no way is the movie virtue signaling or telling your kids to be gay or any of that fun stuff. I mean, it was a It was a Superman movie that we Superman Smallville fans, we've been watching this shit for so long. This is the goddamn Superman we deserved, and I couldn't have. I couldn't have asked for a better fucking movie that understood who Superman is. Now, in my opinion, that was the problem with the Snyderverse. The biggest problem with the Snyderverse was that Zack Snyder clearly did not know who Superman was. He clearly didn't know who Batman was. When you see Batman driving around with a fucking shotgun shooting everything, that is not Batman. Batman would never use a gun unless it was to, I mean, he's used guns to shoot out things, but he would never just use a gun. And in this one, in Batman v Superman, it was straight up like they made Batman Big Daddy from Kick-Ass. They basically made him the Nicolas Cage character who is obsessed with guns and has a whole bunch of guns. That is the antithesis of Batman. Batman refuses to use guns because his family was killed by guns. Therefore, he wanted a better way. And they also didn't seem to understand Joker very well. Joker's very essence and being is because of Batman. So his infatuation with Batman is like a love story. It's a tainted love story. And so I really enjoyed what they did with the most recent Batman, where Penguin thinks that, or not Penguin, but Riddler thinks that he and Batman are working together. I like that. I like that angle. So with this Superman, one of the complaints that I heard was them focusing on Clark being an alien. Yes, Superman is a fucking alien. Hence the fucking what's it called? Hence the fucking Sorry, somebody commented something and I'm trying to read it. So yeah. The whole point of fuck, goddamn, I can't remember. Why did they have to read that? I forgot what I was talking about. So, yeah, this film, it understands who Superman is. Oh, yeah, it was about the controversy. So the controversy being that they focus too much on Clark being an alien. His name is fucking Kal-El. He's from a planet called fucking Krypton. Obviously, he's a fucking alien. And so I just thought it was really goddamn stupid for people to get upset at the fact that Superman is an alien. Yes, if you've ever read a fucking comic book, you'd know that's, I mean, you don't have to read a comic book. Everyone knows that he's allergic to kryptonite. Kryptonite is from the planet Krypton. It's the remnants of Krypton. So it was fucking hilarious that they were trying to say that that's virtue signaling. No, that's just storytelling. And a lot of people are making the there was always this like similarity with him and like a Jesus factor, and I like that wasn't so much. It wasn't pounded in the head like him doing the Christ-like pose like Henry Cavill did in the Snyderverse. And also the length of the movie was fucking a good amount. I didn't feel like it was way too long. I didn't feel like it was way too short. I felt like this is a fucking movie. Lately, I've been having problems with movies either dragging on way too long or they cut off and I have no fucking clue what the hell to think about it. Now, when I went to go to the theaters to see Superman Returns, that movie, we had it has like 5 false endings and it's like 3 hours long. So even us, the nerds that brought our girlfriends we dragged our girlfriends to see this fucking movie, Superman Returns, we were getting up hoping it was over. And then it would say like, a year later or some shit like that. And then there'd be another scene and we're like, oh, fuck. And in that entire goddamn movie, Superman Returns, there's like one fucking action scene. And everything else is just him lifting shit. I mean, that's literally all he did. He lifted a plane, and then he like lifted a planet, and then he lifted this other thing. So it's like, fuck that. That's all Superman is. He's a lifter. He's just a deadlifter. But in fucking in this new Superman, he really does have his connection to Lois Lane. I really enjoyed the duality of Clark and Superman. He even changes his voice, not to the point of like Batman, where he's really trying to change his voice, but it seems like when he's being himself as Clark, he has more of a higher tone. And then there's a part where Lois asks, you don't mind if I interview you? And he's like, no, not at all. And she's like, how about now? And the way he goes, it's horrible, because that's Clark Kent. Clark Kent is supposed to be adorable. And again, this is not shaded Henry Cavill whatsoever. I fucking love Henry Cavill. I just think that the people that were in charge of those movies did not understand the characters. And so Henry Cavill did the best he could with what he had. And I mean, Man of Steel was not a bad movie. I don't know why everyone hates on that fucking movie. I mean, yeah, he snaps Zod's neck. He could have just like, I don't know, jumped really hard and lifted him up to the sun or something, and like throw him into the sun. But, there had to be a moment where Clark, went too far and understands what happens, like the repercussions of taking a life. I think that is kind of important. So that way he does understand and value life that much more. So I was okay with him snapping dude's neck. and the way that he screams in pain afterwards because he realizes what he's done. So, I enjoyed it, and the action sequences were great. However, still doesn't hold a candle to this new Superman, because not only did we get Superman, we got the Superman. The way he spins and does his fucking laser eyes and actually kills these fucking robots with them. He's not fucking, heating up a glacier or some dumb shit. Every time he uses his fucking, heat vision, it's always for some dumbass reason. It's never anything cool. So this was finally something awesome. And what was really cool is the attention to detail. Now, there's a scene where Superman is saving a little girl. It's in the previews. And what's great about it is the way that he grabs her and tilts her head downward. It was a way of like keeping her spine in check, because at his rate of speed, catching her is kind of like getting hit by a car. So I love the fact that he twists himself to break that kind of momentum, but then also puts her in a position where she can't snap her neck. And so he does that to save her. And then, his strength is way up, because this time he's holding a fucking building for a lady. And then he's holding a fucking leg of a kaiju because there's a dog there. I absolutely love the fact that they understood that Clark has a respect for all life. It's not just his own people. Like, he even saves a fucking squirrel in the movie. And somebody said that shit was too much. I fucking loved it, because that's my Superman. A guy that'll do everything he can to save as many people and as much life as he can save. And so they also did the original idea for what's his fucking name? Olsen, Jimmy Olsen. So Jimmy Olsen's character at the Daily Planet is pretty much always wrong. They always make him out to be a nerdy white guy, but the truth is, in the comics, he was a ladies' man. He even married Lois Lane in one issue. So, I like that, the women were onto him, and to us looking at him, we're just like, why the fuck do they like him? But that's fucking Jimmy Olsen. Chicks actually dug him. He wasn't, that big of a nerd. I think Superman the Animated Series kind of made him a little bit too nerdy as well. So, I love the fact that he has a huge role in it without the info that he gets from his girlfriend, who is also Lex Luthor's girlfriend. He's like the side piece. I love the fact that, he calls her mutant toes. You have to really pay attention. And I've seen the movie a few times now. And so if you pay attention to his cell phone, when he's texting her, it says two mutant toes, because she even tells him, like, you sure you like me? He tries to reassure her. And then she goes, but you said my toes look like someone spilled shrimp cocktail on the floor. And you're like, so what? You got weird toes. It's fucking hilarious. But thanks to Tess, and there's always a Tess, with Lex Luthor. There was a Tess Mercer. And so I love the fact that he has Ultraman and the engineer in this. Basically, Ultraman is a Superman clone, and so I thought that was pretty dope. The fight scenes were fucking amazing, and you can just tell they really trusted the symbol of hope. That's really it. Like, there's a scene where all the buildings are crashing in downtown Metropolis, but you see Superman in a small little shadow, but it's to show that he is that beacon of light. And so it was fucking awesome. It never bored me. honestly, every time I watch it, there's something new that I've picked up from it. I love that it's the Fortress. Now, the Fortress of Solitude has always been kind of, different. He used to, in the comic books, he used to carry this giant fucking key. The key was like bigger than him, and he would take this giant key and put it in there because only he could carry it, But in this one, I love the fact that they keep that idea, because she even asked, what happened to your big key? And so he traded it for a regular size key that happens to weigh like 10,000 pounds. So he's the only one that can just lift it off the ground. And so I thought that was clever. And so finally we get Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor being played by the actor he was played by, I think he did a fucking awesome job. He reminded me so much of Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville. And I mean, I watched every season of Smallville up to the end. And, it was never meant to be a Superman show. But if you are going to do Superman, you have to do him right. And so, yeah, the problem with the Snyderverse and all that shit was they were making Superman out to be this like pseudo Batman. And it's like, no, that's not how Superman is. Superman is nerdy. He's dorky. And so there's a scene in the new one where he's talking to Lois about punk rock. And I love that he ends up saying that he's punk rock, but he listens to mainstream music. And she says, Clark, you have this ability to find beauty in everyone. And I love that Clark looks at her and say, maybe that's the real punk rock, because that's exactly what punk rock is. It's musical fucking freedom. It's the ability to fucking love what you're doing, even though it's not, fucking Beethoven. It's, 4 chords, but that doesn't mean it can't be great. And Green Day has definitely shown that. AC/DC has shown that. So, yeah, in the end, he doesn't want to kill the giant kaiju that's in it. He really doesn't want to kill it, but Mr. Terrific, who is fucking awesome, by the way, and I love that, I don't get treated like a baby. I get to see Mr. Terrific. He even has fair play on his fucking sleeves. And in a lot of ways, he is kind of the comic relief, along with the Green Lantern, Guy Gardner. Now, my name is Guy, so yeah, I was always a bigger fan of Guy Gardner than I ever was of Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan is the Green Lantern that everybody knows, but my favorite was always Guy Gardner. It's because of my name, but Guy Gardner's fucking hilarious. I love at one point Lois yells at him that his haircut should be against his vows. And he just says, I hope you know that there's 333 women that disagree. So he counts every woman he sleeps with. Yeah, so that's going to be a 4.5 bong hits out of 5. I have never given anything a 5-star. I just won't do it, because I think every movie can be improved, except for like, I don't know. Could you improve The Godfather 2? If anybody's can write in the chat, I don't know. I don't think you can improve on Godfather 2 or The Godfather. So yeah, I would definitely put those in there. So yeah, you have fucking Mr. Terrific, who is played by a former X-Men character. I believe he was in Days of Futures Past or whatever. And so seeing him redone as Mr. Terrific, he's fucking awesome. He has what's called T-spheres, and they're these big balls, these spheres. And I love how Lois calls them circles. And he looks at her and just goes, they're called T-spheres. Circles are flat. spheres are 3-dimensional. Like really fucking treating her like an idiot. And yeah, what's it called? You get Bunk from The Wire. He plays Perry White. And there's a constant thing with him yelling at Jimmy Olsen saying, "Don't call me Chief," which is another throwback to the comics that constantly made that joke. He hated the fact that Jimmy always calls him Chief. He always says, "It's Perry, kid," And so, yeah, I love the fact that he's wearing the trunks. They did want to give the trunks to Henry Cavill, but they just said they couldn't fit it in where it looked good. And so, yeah, you know what? All the suits are fucking great. But the whole point of the shorts on the outside was always to be a way for children. It's an anti-Batman. The people that Batman save are terrified of Batman. He loves it that way. So even if he saves your life, that person is still going to be scared of him. Superman is the exact opposite. He wants you to feel safe. So it just makes sense that he would have the trunks, so that way, he'd be more, approachable. You see a guy wearing red and blue and yellow, you're not on guard so much than if someone came out with just all black on. And that was a huge problem with the early 2000s and, bad comic book movies, is they always put your favorite characters, no matter what their costumes were, they were always putting them in these stupid black gimp costumes. I mean, personally, I didn't like seeing the X-Men, fucking all dressed up in black leather. I was just like, where's their costumes? So yeah, it's a fucking awesome movie. It's been the latest great fucking movie since Deadpool Wolverine. And the movie's filmed in IMAX, so if you go see it in IMAX. And so, yeah, there's no fucking race baiting. There's no fucking sex baiting. There's no fucking any of that shit. If you hear from Ben Shapiro or whatever fucking talking head may talk about them virtue signaling or them trying to bait people, they're absolutely wrong. I heard somewhere that Ben Shapiro actually agrees with Lex Luthor. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. He's also a fucking asshole rich brat. So, that's just the fucking world we live in. And, there's a huge plot point where there's a country that's like Russia and there's a country that's like what's going on in Israel. So, you make with it what you will, but it lines up a lot. You have these people in what's called Jaunpur, and it's supposed to be this like Middle Eastern country, and then there's the Baravia, the country of Baravia, who's taking over Jaunpur, and it's very similar to Ukraine and Russia or Palestine and Israel. And so, of course, Superman is on the side of the underdogs, Jaunpur. And so that, to me, that would definitely mean if we had Superman, he'd be helping out and helping Palestinian people. But whatever. It's not about that. Don't fucking flip out about it. Fucking great film. Go see that fucking movie if you haven't already. If you have, go watch it again. I think that's all I got. Let me just take a look here. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to say it just because I'm on the air. Fuck it. I've been watching a lot of WNBA shit, and I just can't help but feel like, y'all haven't earned shit yet. The WNBA is still very young. yet they complain so much about how much attention they get and how much do they sell, and it's not even close. Like, of course you can not expect to make NBA numbers when you don't have NBA crowds. The whole point of selling a shoe is so people buy the fucking shoe. And I just don't see it. You have these girls like Reese that'll just talk shit and talk shit. And it's really pisses me off because they're from Chicago. And yet Chicago Sky talks the most fucking shit. And it's like, shut up and ball. Like there's no reason to shit on someone like Caitlin Clark, who's putting eyes on your fucking stupid show. You should be fucking thanking her, and you should be lifting her ass up. But of course, that's not what they're going to do. And what's it called? Recently, I've been following, there's a, oh God, I'm not going to get into the Will Smith thing. That was a lame ass run. So yeah, I just found out about this other kid, Lil Brazzy. His name is Lil Brazzy. I don't know what the fuck that's short for. I don't give a fuck. This kid's a goddamn tool. He's running around throwing up gang signs, acting like he's a real fucking blood. And then, he gets checked in a fucking gas station and he ain't got shit to say. Not a goddamn word. And it reminds me of that little bitch, Tekashi 69, when he tried to say it was 10 p.m. and he was on O Block and there wasn't anybody out there. It was 4 in the fucking morning, you lying ass bitch. And then fucking when they asked him, man, you stayed there for like 30 seconds. At least he admitted, no, it was more like 15. Like, yeah, because we would have fucking stomped your ass. But he showed up real fucking late. And yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. And this is what gives birth to these little Brazzies and shit. Like, god damn it, man. These fucking tools are a dime a dozen. And there's so many people making money off of being just horrible fucking people. I want so desperately to do this and get paid for it somehow. But, I don't have the connections for it. I don't know who to talk to about it. And so it's probably never going to happen. But to see these motherfuckers, get all this clout for the most stupid and insulting things. I mean, I'm insulted when I watch Jack Doherty. I'm insulted when I watch fucking that other fucking kid. I forget the other kid that always gets his ass whooped. I think he's like Indian. He's got glasses. Johnny Somali. That's another one. I hope they give him the whole 40-60 years. Fuck him. It's like people have lost the fucking term for, they think they don't know the difference between infamy and famous. There's fame and there's infamy. And there's people like, Wes Watson, Ben Azule, a fucking convicted fucking rapist that runs around fucking trying to say that he's going to start war with all the fucking males that don't like him. Go fuck yourself, man. I don't like you. And then there's all these motherfuckers that are with the stolen valor shit. And they're going to get someone fucking killed with all these stupid ass programs going around. And, people are trustworthy. Unfortunately, some people really trust what they see. And they're going to end up getting really fucking hurt. And so it doesn't surprise me that I think that little Brazzy's already cooked. I don't think he's even back anymore. But yeah. And then I made a joke online about Justin Timberlake putting on these really lame ass fucking shows literally just making the whole crowd sing the songs. He won't even sing his own fucking songs. He makes the crowd sing it. And my question, and so he's got these lame ass dance moves like this. Yeah. He acts like he dances like someone's dad. And so I made fun of it. And somebody said, "Oh, I totally disagree with you. He has Lyme disease, and that has a lot of da-da-da-da-da-da." It's like, okay, that's an easy problem. Don't perform. All right, you don't need any more money. So I know you're not hurting for change. So how about don't fucking perform unless you're gonna be at your fucking best, or at least 60%. I mean, shit. Axl Rose gives fucking crowds like 5%. People still fucking pay to see him. I don't get it. I never liked him. Shit. All right. So, trying to check out what else is there to talk about. There's a lot of these goddamn. I've talked about the MAGA rats. I think they're a fucking joke. Flat Earth theory is a fucking joke. If you know who Lord Jamar is, he's a fucking joke. Terrence Howard, he's a fucking joke. And he believes that 1 times 1 is 2. No, you dumb motherfucker. 1 goes into 1 fucking time. That's it. And so he's on this level where he thinks he's a fucking genius. And that's what we have a huge problem with that. It's this giant fucking like plague of hubris, and it's everywhere. You can't get away from it. If it's not, Ashton Hall, it's another motherfucker. Ashton Hall, he's a guy that made his name from working out and running and excuse me. And so he got called out by a YouTuber, a streamer named I Show Speed. And so his name's Speed. He has speed in his name. And he challenged him to a run. And Speed beat the dog shit out of him. I mean, it was just fucking sad. And what's it called? It was just funny because the kid had way more heart, and when you're watching them run, you just know who's gonna win. And so now the guy wants to race against Janice, I think, and Shanice or something. She's a professional runner. That's all I know about her. And that would be interesting to watch. I don't know why I brought it up, but I'm just going to say this is interesting to watch. I do not feel bad for any of these goddamn YouTubers that are fucking saying that they feel like they've been duped by Trumpism. Like we were fucking telling you the whole goddamn time. So you don't get to cry about it. You don't get to say, I regret. What you can say, I regret my decision, but don't ask me to fucking forgive you. I fucking told you. It's like we fucking told you. That's what we did. We told you for a solid fucking year that he's gonna fuck everything up. Why would you want to do that all over again? Okay, and the final subject. This guy, Not David, and all this damn. This guy has a channel called Not David. David spelled Davyt. And he just watches these morbidly obese people eat, and it is some tragic shit because these people are straight up killing themselves for some fucking clicks. And it's like I don't get it. I don't get people today. I don't understand. I watched that Gene commercial, and all I thought was, this is a stupid ass commercial, and this girl's got an annoying ass voice. I'm so tired of these fuck voices, fuck boy voices and fuck girl voices. Everybody talks like that. Shut the fuck up, man. Use your damn tone and speak up. Shit's annoying. But then it turned out that I didn't see the ad because the ad that was everyone made a big deal out of it about Sylvia Sweeney's ad. It turned out that they had removed it and put in a safer one. So I saw the safe one. So I didn't get it. Now I saw little parts of it now, and you can see it on YouTube. And yeah, it's fucking pathetic. You're if that's not a dog whistle, I don't know what is. But this is the fucking world we live today, where it can be a dog whistle or a fucking bullhorn, but either way, it is always fucking negative and it is always bullshit. So therefore, it's always bad for you. All right, that's gonna be my time today. Yeah, love you guys. Stay free, stay yourselves, and stay cheesy, my friends. In a world today, you must remain cheesy.
To useless agents from both the you are all the same in the eyes of the wicked. And receive
And
you.
stay cheesy.
Here we go.
Welcome to Useless Agents, your safe space. Politics from both the magazine morons and the oversensitive social